Our sign language interpreter is Yola Nzale. Tonight we begin with a diplomatic rift between Kenya and the United States following President William Ruto's pro-China remarks during his visit to Beijing last month. The comments, widely interpreted as a shift in Nairobi's foreign policy, have sparked concern in Washington, with the U.S. Senate now pushing for a review of America's strategic relations with Kenya. Stephen Leto reports.
President Ruto's remarks at Peking University, one of China's most prestigious institutions, have sent ripples all the way to the U.S. Senate, where a group of American legislators is now demanding a thorough review of the United States' relationship with Kenya. During his visit to Beijing, President Ruto described China as far more than just a trade partner, casting Kenya and China as co-architects of a new world order. His remarks alluded to the emerging geopolitical shifts advanced by global power players like China and Russia, signaling a potential realignment of Kenya's foreign policy on the international stage.
Kenya and China are not merely trade partners. We are co-architects of a new world order, one that is fair, inclusive, and sustainable.
President Ruto's remarks come on the heels of his May 2024 trip to the United States, where Washington granted Kenya the status of a major non-NATO ally, a designation that deepened bilateral ties. But now, U.S. Senator Jim Risch, chair of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee, is urging caution. He says America must exercise restraint with African nations like Kenya that continue to maintain close ties with China, warning of potential strategic challenges ahead.
Many African nations maintain troubling ties with China, including key national security partners. Just last month, President Ruto declared that Kenya, a major non-NATO ally, and China are co-architects of a new world order.
Ruto's trip to the United States and Kenya's designation as a major non-NATO ally promised Nairobi privileged access to sophisticated military equipment, training programs, and loans to strengthening its defense capabilities. But all these strategic benefits now hang in the balance as the U.S. Senate calls for a review of Kenya-U.S. relations, a move that could jeopardize years of defense cooperation and diplomatic gains.
It's time to reassess our relationship with Kenya and others who forge tight bonds with China. And it isn't just an embracement of China, but also the, quote, new world order, end quote.
During his trip to China, President Ruto maintained that Kenya's diplomatic approach is not to turn exclusively to the east or west, but rather to navigate strategically across the complex geopolitical tensions of east, west, north and south.
As the first African state visit to China this year mirrors my 2024 visit to the United States, the first African state visit there in 15 years. Perhaps, symbolically, Kenya can serve as a bridge between East and West, North and South, in an era of deepening geopolitical tensions.
Nairobi is yet to issue an official statement in response to the recent developments in Washington. Stephen Leto, Citizen TV.